See No Evil. Boy, what a film. So, it stars Glenn Jacobs, aka KANE. And at the very beginning of the film, we are introduced to two cops who break into his house, and one of them shoots KANE in the back of the head. There is a hole in the man's skull. Somehow he survives this shot, but don't worry, because as soon as we see him, you think, it's gotta be KANE! It's the devil's favourite demon. He's a religious fanatic. He is the right hand of God. It is so pointless to see a film where KANE is a religious nutter. He doesn't speak, in case you're wondering. He's the strong silent type, like usual. He mutters a few words. Oh, sure he does. And then there's all of the people he attacks. We are opened by him getting shot, and then one cop survives. Don't worry, he's got his arm lobbed off. That cop just... arm lobbed off, fine. And we fast forward 4 years, and that cop has a perfectly ordinary life on the force, during which time he is now going to take a group of delinquents who are mostly got there for drugs with a lady who has no kind of backstory to a hotel that needs to be renovated. These delinquents, these small-time crooks, are going to do up the hotel for a month off their sentence. It's a pretty good deal, we keep on getting told. However, to try and give these people some kind of formulance of personality, they all have to have a little quirk about them. None of them have anything interesting. They're all just average Joe public, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with watching kids get slaughtered. But you need to give me a reason to hate them. You need to give me a reason that I want them to die. There's no justification if just good people die. The cop, spoiler, gets killed immediately almost. There is no fight. He doesn't do anything of any importance. And I'm starting to think I want people to survive. I want this film to make me want to care about these people, but it doesn't. It just slaughters people. The woman who's his cop friend, she's thinking about having an engagement. So she puts the ring on. He's like, no, I'm happy. Dead. Dead instantly. I can't understand why he writes of his characters so fast and without justification. I'm sure somewhere there is a cut of this script that makes perfect sense. That all of these kids who die for good reasons. And I'm sure all the ones that live, a couple do, are perfectly justified as well. But I'm going to move on to, it's KANE! I'm going to move on to KANE. Because KANE has a bizarre storyline that's only told in little snippets and plot points, where the highlight is he begins to pleasure himself in front of a woman in a cage. It's quite disturbing, and I didn't understand it. Apparently he was abused as a child. Also, KANE's little thing, his gimmick, is that he pierces people's eyes out. That's why it's called See No Evil. Eyeballs. He collects them. He collects people's eyeballs. They're all in formaldehyde. So there's this subplot where there's a safe in this hotel. So they find the safe, and for some reason, KANE has taken it to staple all the money on the walls. That's never brought back up. That's just something that happened. The finale piece. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. KANE gets attacked by 3 youths. He gets his eye pierced through with a lead pipe, pushed off the edge of the building, and falls in some of the worst CGI I've ever seen. And then as an extra scene, we see a dog, which we've already seen previously, a rabid dog, come in and urinate into KANE's open eye socket. That's an extra scene. They thought, we finished this film, we better add that in. Of course, the best part of this film is that KANE's character is called Jacob Goodnight. As if they couldn't think of another name for him, they had to come up with something that he'd already owned in his own life. So he is called Jacob Goodnight. The only success of the movie is that KANE does look like a monster. He looks big, imposing, and at times scary. I really wanted to go along with the film. I really wanted to believe it. I really wanted to go with it. I wanted to feel scared and a little bit kooky. I was enjoying the atmosphere right up until the film started to kill off bodies, and then it lost me completely. The storylines are totally without merit. It's not on par with Nightmare on Elm Street, the classic, the remake, Halloween the remake, any of the Halloweens, any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets, even the bad ones. It's sub below all of those. KANE has walked through Hellfire and Brimstone to make this film, and to avoid it I would do the same.